Now next theorem is, if EI is the sequence of orthonormal set in a Hilbert space H, so this is a sequence of orthonormal set in a Hilbert space H, and if X is some vector belongs to H, then the set of EI whose inner product with this vector is non-zero is either empty or countable. So it is either empty or countable. Now proof of this result. Now we define A for every positive integer, for each positive integer n, we define a new set. So consider the set Sn which is equal to all those EI such that inner product X comma EI raised to power 2 greater than norm of X square over n. So I define this set. So basically it is a set whose this inner product is non-zero because it is greater than this. So this inner product is non-zero. Basically S is divided into this form when n is running from 1 to infinity. So we can also say that S is union of Sn where n is running from 1 to infinity. So all the vector of EI fall in these sets, either in S1, S2, S3 and Sn. So all the vector of S set can be written as a union of Sn. So this is my set Sn. Now suppose this set contain more than n elements. N is more than n element. It means order of Sn. Order means order ja number of element is greater than equal to n. Also we can say that number of Sn is greater than equal to small n. We can also use order and we can also use number. So I used order. So order of Sn is greater than equal to n. It means it has at least n elements. It has n ja more than n elements. So it means for each element it satisfies these conditions. For each element, for each vector, it satisfies this condition. Now adding all these terms, so we get summation of inner product X EI raised to power 2, and this EI belongs to Sn. So this is greater than n into norm of X raised to power 2 over n. So what is this? It is a norm of X raised to power 2. So which contradicts the Bessel inequality. So this is a which is a contradiction. So which is contradiction, which is contradiction by Bessel inequality. Contradiction. So it means our assumption is wrong. It means Sn contains at most n minus 1 vector. So it implies Sn contains at most n minus 1 vector. Also we can say that order of Sn is equal to less than equal to n minus 1, right? Also we can say that order of Sn is finite. Order of Sn is finite, right? So from this we get Sn contains maximum this values. Now if it contains this values, as we know that if I take some vector x, I take some vector ei belongs to S, then it implies inner product of x ei is a non-zero. So it means this ei, it implies this satisfy one of the condition. So this satisfy one of the condition. So ei belongs to Sn for some n, that we already proved that. So it implies S is equal to union of n running from 1 to infinity S of n, this values. Now what is this? It is a finite, infinite, countable union of finite set. So it is a countable union of finite set. So countable union of finite set is again countable. So this is again countable. It implies S is a countable set. So it implies S is a countable set, right? So in this way we prove that this set is a either empty or countable. So it implies this set is either empty, either it has no element. If it has element, then it is a countable. So this is very important result. Now this result is helpful to prove the Bessel inequality for a infinite orthonormal set. Now this is a Bessel inequality for infinite orthonormal set. So what is the statement? So statement is, if this ei, now it is not a finite, so this is a orthonormal sequence in a Hilbert space H. So this is an orthonormal sequence in a Hilbert space H. Then for each x belongs to H, summation of inner product x comma ei raised to power 2 and this is less than equal to norm of x raised to power 2. So this is very important type. So this is in 2005, 2011 and many other years. So here remember that the given question is a Basel inequality for finite orthonormal set या infinite orthonormal set. So remember that. Now here we are going to prove for the infinite orthonormal set या orthonormal sequence. Now as we already know that this S, which is a EI such that inner product XEI, this set which is a non-zero. So these are part of this series because 0 will be removed from this series. So this set is either empty. So this set is either empty or countable, or it is a countable. So either empty or it is a countable. If it is empty, so it satisfies this condition. If it is a countable, so either empty or a countable. Now if S is empty, it means there is no term of inner product non-zero. If no term of inner product is non-zero, so this summation is equal to 0 and it satisfies the given condition. So the result is obvious. So we will take by part. So if S is empty, so if S is empty set, then it means inner product of XEI is equal to 0 for every I. So it implies XEI this whole square is equal to 0. So it implies this summation I equal to 0 and it is always less than equal to norm of x square. So when x belongs to S, so it means this result is obvious. The result is obvious in this case. Now second part, if S is countable. So second part, if S is countable. If it is empty, so we prove that. And second part, if S is countable. So if S is finite, we already proved that result in previous part. Now S is a countably infinite. So if S is countably finite, so we already proved that. Now in this case, if S is countably infinite. So if it is countable, then it is finite and countably infinite. For finite orthonormal set, we already proved the result, but it is for countably infinite. Now how we will prove this result? Now if S is countably infinite, so F is, which is equal to this EI, such that inner product of XEI, which is a non-zero, so this is a countably infinite. countably infinite. So if it is a countably infinite, so in that case this summation x ei, this summation raised to power 2 can be written as summation of, so as a countable I is running from 1 to infinity, this is inner product x comma ei raised to power 2. So what is this? It is a series of positive term. So check that it is a series of positive term. We know that the series of positive term is convergent if its nth partial sum is convergent and they converge to a same point, the same vector. So consider nth partial sum of this series. Consider nth partial sum of the series 1. Some partial sum Sn of series in equation number 1. So what is its nth partial sum? So it is nth partial sum Sn, which is equal to summation of inner product x ei raised to power 2, where I is running from 1 to n. So this is a nth partial sum. Now by Bessel inequality for finite orthonormal sum, so this sum is bounded above. So we know that summation of this x ei raised to power 2, I is running from 1 to n, this is a Sn, and this is less than equal to norm of x raised to power 2. So this sequence, this Sn sequence is bounded above. So this sequence Sn, so this is a sequence of positive term bounded above by norm of x raised to power 2. So it is a series of positive term and bounded above by norm of x raised to power 2. So this is a, then it is a, this sequence is convergent, then it implies this sequence is convergent. So Sn is convergent. If Sn is convergent, then series is convergent. So hence series x comma ei raised to power 2 is convergent, and also it is bounded by norm of x square. So summation of x ei raised to power 2, I is running from 1 to infinity, less than equal to norm of x raised to power 2. So this series is convergent and it is a less than equal to norm of x square. So in this way we can prove that, the Bessel inequality for infinite orthonormal set, या orthonormal sequence. So that is the proof of this Bessel inequality for infinite set, and also we have already proved that it is a Bessel inequality for finite orthonormal set. Now next definition which is called complete, one word, or total. Complete and total orthonormal set. Orthonormal set. Complete or total orthonormal set. So what is complete या total orthonormal set? So an orthonormal set, an orthonormal set is complete if it does not contain in या contained in any other orthonormal set. Orthonormal set. So it is a maximal orthonormal set. So if it does not contained in any orthonormal set, so that is called a complete orthonormal set. So remember that, and every non-zero Hilbert space contain a complete orthonormal set. So remember that. So every Hilbert space contains a complete orthonormal set. So what is the definition of complete orthonormal set? So complete orthonormal set is a orthonormal set which does not contained in any other orthonormal set. So it means it is a maximal orthonormal set of a Hilbert space. So this is the definition of complete orthonormal set.